This last weekend I was talking to Deconverted Man about a thing, and then it kind of put me onto this idea. There's a thing atheists do where they'll look at witness testimony and say, that's not evidence. Witness testimony isn't evidence. And it feels like this is effectively tantamount to saying that what a person says, the assertion they make about a thing, is meaningless. Right? And I don't think they really either believe or practice this. Let's propose a hypothetical scenario. Suppose there's a mechanical device capable of recording an imprint of an event that has occurred. We'll call it a camera. Is that plausible? Now suppose that this device then translates that imprint to you in a way that is intelligible. We'll call it a photo. Would you accept that as evidence? I think most atheists would accept photographical evidence in favor of a given conclusion, right? I think they would. Now let's suppose an alternate scenario in which a biological structure is capable of recording an imprint of an event that has passed. We'll call it a human. This is the biological structure, and the imprint we'll call a memory. Does that sound plausible to you? Then suppose that this biological structure tries to communicate this imprint to you in an intelligible fashion. Now, you could allow for certain instabilities in biological structures that would make it somewhat less immutable, make the imprint, that is, somewhat less immutable, and that could be accounted for, I suppose. But can you say that it's meaningless? Let's take this one step further. What if you had a book with a fair amount of textual criticism behind it that recorded miraculous events over an extended period of time, like myriads and myriads of miraculous events? Could you say that that's meaningless? I mean, an atheist would come back at me and say, well, there's lots of historical records of stuff like that. I mean, there's legends all over the place. So why should I believe yours more than any other? Well, the thing is, with regards to alternate religions, I don't discount them as being truthful in some sense. As Jesus said to the Samaritan woman, "Ye worship that which you do not know." I tend to think that alternate religions are misinterpretations, right? That they're talking to an angel or a demon or maybe even to God himself, but that they don't understand what they're seeing. And that's how I kind of rationalize it. I feel like an atheist could look at the Bible and say, do you know what? That's not enough for me. I need something more. I need some sort of first-hand experience with something spiritual. I need some sort of rational arguments in favor of it. I need more. And I would look at that and I would say, do you want that is probably, that's a very rational, nuanced take. I don't think I could really be mad at that. But it feels like too often that is not the tact that atheists take. They'll, something to the effect of, silly Christians. They believe in something with no evidence whatsoever. Not like us, the rational, skeptical sages, right? Not like us, the adherents of logic and deduction. Did I also mention that we're rational? Not like us, the scions of the analytical tradition. We would never do something like that. Did I also mention that we're rational? You offered a challenge at the end of your video, Deconverted Man. I hope to some extent I've answered that, at least inadvertently. I might offer a challenge in return to atheists. Try to get through life while assuming that what people say isn't evidence for anything. That what people say is effectively meaningless, and see how far you get. Now, if I wanted to take a uncharitable view of this, methodology, that is, I would say that it's a flimsy excuse to act selectively unreasonable. But be that as it may. I might actually tag some people in this one. I feel like it could be important. Also, I'm kind of a slut for attention, so, you know. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please press the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment if you want to.